Morning, Elvis fans. Just having a coffee. You can't beat a good coffee. So, this particular video gives us another insight into Elvis Presley from the point of view of Priscilla. And she talks about some of his very low points in his life and discusses things like the movies and just how Elvis felt he was losing his way for a while. Let's have a little listen.
His morale was very, very low. His enthusiasm for what he loved to do was at its lowest. It affected everybody.
And I've watched many interviews about Elvis and his mood swings and how it would affect everyone around him, obviously the Memphis Mafia and family and friends. But he really did have his ups and downs. And he had a lot to contend with. He was very worried about his career and other artists coming through that were being very successful. And he definitely was always in a survival mode because he had the upkeep of Graceland and there was a lot of people on the payroll. So he would really worry.
It affected our relationship. It affected the relationship that he had with many of the people around him, his dad. Because he was so preoccupied with, where am I going? You know, what's my future?
And I think this is probably common with all very famous people that have a lot of success. They're worried that it's going to just go away from them and the fans will turn on them. So he's a human being. But obviously, because there were so many people relying on Elvis, this had a massive impact on everyone. And we have to remember that Elvis also had a temper as well. And he was dealing with the difficulties of the relationship with Priscilla. Because Priscilla is no angel here. She was difficult as well. And he was trying to keep her happy. So it's a complex set of circumstances.
And even the last few movies, you know, did not do well at all. And there really wasn't interest anymore.
And the movies in the end were just not up to par. Elvis was fed up with them. They seemed to be repeating the same formula on every movie. The public had switched on to this and were just bored of going to these movies towards the end. So really, something had to change. Something had to give.
Colonel could not even sell Elvis to the studio.
The studios really were looking for something different and a new formula.
Elvis always said the public's smarter than that. I need a good script. I need a good co-star to play off on.
So my little son, my little 3-year-old Tino is in this one. He's jumped in to say hello. Say hello.
Hello.
So the movies weren't going to cut it with Elvis anymore. He needed more. He was very unsatisfied and a change of direction was needed. And Elvis wasn't sure which way to go.
Go back and look at his film. You'll see where he performed great and where he performed okay. Elvis wasn't about okay.
So you get where this video is going. Elvis needed some excitement. He needed a challenge. He wasn't getting that, which was making him unhappy, which was affecting his mood, which again had a knock-on effect and affected everybody deeply.
You know, it broke his spirit in many ways. It broke his spirit, especially during the movie days until the 68 special.
And obviously, we can look back on history and we know that the 68 special just came along and transformed everything. And Elvis got the best comeback he could ever have hoped for. And Elvis was magnificent again, all over the world. And the comeback was watched by millions and millions, and people realized he still had it. He could still get up there and do his thing and compete with the best stars. If not, he was the best. And this then led on to the Las Vegas shows, and the rest is history.